Is Unreal Engine killing game development? It's the powerhouse behind a lot of countless hit games, a testament to its incredible capability and accessibility. But as its popularity continues to grow, so do the questions surrounding its impact on the gaming industry. Whilst Unreal Engine empowers developers to create breathtaking worlds, some argue that its widespread adoption is leading to a lack of artistic diversity and that the engine has its own inherent problems which causes the games to be produced with the engine to be unoptimized. In this video, we're going to investigate those claims and see if they are true. One of the major complaints I see on the internet about Unreal is that the games built with Unreal Engine all share a similar aesthetic, the so-called Unreal Engine look. While there's a kernel of truth to this, it's a vast oversimplification. It's true that Unreal Engine out of the box lends itself to certain visual styles, particularly those emphasizing realism and high fidelity. The default settings, the readily available assets, and the engine's inherent strengths can nudge developers towards this particular aesthetic. Although the engine is incredibly versatile, capable of producing a wide range of visuals. Think about it. Epic Games themselves, the creators of Unreal Engine, have demonstrated this with Fortnite. It's a vibrant cartoonist art style and a far cry from the gritty realism often associated with Unreal Engine games. And Fortnite is just one example. Sea of Thieves boasts a unique painterly aesthetic. Yoshi's Woolly World, a game built by Nintendo, was made with Unreal Engine, and this has a unique art style. And Marvel Rivals has this kind of cartoony comic book art style, and that game was very popular. The numbers back it up. It had an all-time peak of over 600,000 concurrent players on Steam on the 10th of January 2025. The key takeaway here is that Unreal Engine is just a tool. Just like a painter can use the same set of paints to create vastly different works of art, developers can use Unreal Engine to bring a wide range of visual styles to life. The engine provides the foundation, but the artistic direction, the choice of assets, and the specific implementation of features are entirely in the hands of the developers. So, if some Unreal Engine games share visual similarities, it's not the fault of the engine itself. It's often a matter of creative choices, budget constraints, or simply the path of least resistance. It's easier to use pre-made assets and rely on the engine's default settings than it is to craft a completely unique visual style from scratch. But that's a choice, not a limitation. Unreal Engine is a powerful and flexible tool. While it might be tempting to fall back on familiar visual tropes, the potential of artistic expression is virtually limitless. The future of game art lies not in blaming the engine, but in pushing the boundaries and exploring the full spectrum of its creative possibilities. It's up to developers to embrace the challenge and create truly unique and memorable visual experiences. Optimization is the Achilles heel of many video games, and Unreal Engine has, at times, found itself in the crosshairs of this debate. Some argue that the engine itself is inherently difficult to optimize, leading to widespread performance issues in games that use it. They point out to examples of titles plagued with frame rate drops, stuttering, and other technical hiccups, suggesting that Unreal Engine is the root cause. However, this narrative, while prevalent, is a vast oversimplification. Game development is an incredibly complex endeavor, and optimization is just one piece of the puzzle. Many factors can contribute to performance issues, from the sheer number of assets and the complexity of the game world, to the specific hardware being targeted and the skill of the development team. Not to mention if developers face pressure from higher ups to basically ship a full game even though it's not ready. This isn't a new phenomenon. In the early days of Unity, for a while, the engine became associated with low-quality asset flips and poorly optimized indie games, as whenever players saw the Unity logo, they often braced themselves for a potentially buggy and unpolished experience. This wasn't because Unity was a bad engine, it was because many developers at the time, especially new to game development, were using it without the necessary skills or resources to optimize the games effectively. However, as time went on, developers began to master Unity's tools and techniques. We saw the emergence of high-quality titles like Cuphead, Hollow Knight, Ori and the Blind Forest, and the list goes on, proving that Unity was capable of powering stunning games and well-optimized games. The perception eventually shifted. Unreal Engine is facing a similar challenge today. While some games built with Unreal Engine have struggled with optimization, this is not a reflection on the engine's inherent limitations. Games like Satisfactory demonstrate that it's entirely possible to achieve excellent performance in Unreal Engine, even with complex simulations and large open worlds. The key difference lies in the developer's approach. Optimization requires careful planning efficient asset management, and a deep understanding of the engine's features and tools. It's a skill that takes time and experience to develop. Recently, several studios, including CD Projekt Red and 343 Industries, the makers of Halo, have announced they are making the switch to Unreal Engine, and this has some people concerned. With so many influential studios now relying on Unreal Engine, Epic Games wields considerable influence over the types of games being made. This isn't necessarily a malicious intent, but the potential for influence is undeniable. If Epic Games decides to prioritize certain features or technologies within Unreal Engine, this could inadvertently steer developers towards specific game genres, art styles, or even gameplay mechanics, simply because those are the areas where the game engine excels. Of course, there are undeniable benefits for more studios and AAA studios adopting Unreal Engine. By using a pre-built engine, they can offload the immense task of engine development. This frees up valuable resources, allowing studios to focus on what truly matters, crafting compelling narratives, refining gameplay mechanics, and creating unique, game-specific enhancements. This can lead to more polished and innovative games, as developers can dedicate more time to the core elements that make their games stand out. Furthermore, the revenue generated by Unreal Engine's licensing allows Epic Games to reinvest heavily in their engine itself, which they already do. Unreal Engine receives countless updates. This continuous improvement benefits all developers, big and small, as Unreal Engine becomes more powerful, more efficient, and more feature-rich. It's a symbiotic relationship, where the success of Unreal Engine fuels further innovation for everyone. So, to answer the question, is Unreal Engine killing games? Overall, no, it's just a tool. Unreal Engine is not quote-unquote killing games, in the sense that it's solely responsible for the decline of game quality. Many other things have affected that. One of the most significant pressures is the ever-increasing cost of game development. AAA titles now require massive teams, years of development time, and budgets that can rival Hollywood blockbusters. These escalating costs put immense pressure on studios to deliver massive returns. This financial pressure also manifests in other ways, such as aggressive monetization strategies. We've seen an increase in games trying to have microtransactions, day one DLCs, you name it. And we've all seen the disturbing trend of games launching in a broken or unfinished state, relying on post-release patches to fix glaring bugs and performance issues. Issues like this erode consumer trust and further damage the gaming industry. There's some argument that advanced graphics capabilities can lead to developers prioritizing visuals over gameplay mechanics or optimization, although that's entirely on the game developer. So no, Unreal Engine is not killing games. That's all for this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!